A lot of times we feel like we're sort of the thing that people haven't heard of.
I describe this group as a lot of really, really good friends. Almost none of them I knew from before.
Well, as soon as I saw them singing and having so much fun and kind of moving, they had a little choreography with some of their songs, I just thought, yep, that's the thing for me, yeah. Well, it was kind of interesting. I had done a little musical theater in high school, and I hadn't sung for a long time, but I always kind of wanted to get back into it. And I saw an ad in the newspaper that said something like, if you like to sing in the shower but you're afraid to sing in public, we're the group for you. And that just sounded exactly like how I felt about singing. So I came to a rehearsal, an opening thing that they had, and watched the group sing and how much fun they had singing, and I was just hooked immediately. My idea of barbershop was the guys with the straw hats, sing, some of those old time songs, but it's very... It's a specific style of music, but we can sing any genre. So we do lots of modern music, we do some older stuff, we do some that's very specifically barbershop, but we also do 3-part harmony sometimes. It just depends. We have such a huge range of music, and we're always learning something new. So
when I moved back here 25 years ago, I think, 23 years ago, I saw a picture in the paper of these women singing with, at that time, big hair and big costumes and things like that. And I said, I've got to figure out for that. And then I stayed because I found a place where I could sing. I've got a low voice, and so I could become a bass and be really happy bass. And so this is where I've been ever since the chorus began.
I first met the group probably about 3 years ago. There's a person at my church that introduced me because we sing in worship together. And I mentioned that I would love to be part of a singing group. And she's like, I'm a part of this group. Why don't you come? And I was like, perfect. That's so cool. I've always wanted to do acapella music. So
I got started with the group through a mutual friend, I guess. She sings with the group as well, but I sang with her in church at choir, so that's how I met her, and she just informed me that there was other opportunities to sing, which I'm always looking for. My family, we used to sing in the community hall at the tiny village that we were a part of, and I've just never stopped singing ever in my life. I'm always singing.
I first moved down to Lethbridge in 1995, and at the time I had been singing with a chorus in Saskatchewan for about 5 years. So I was really excited when I heard that there was a chorus down here that was just getting started. And so I was sort of been involved with this chorus right from the very beginning. And we chartered in 1998. It's been a kind of a long roll. And I wouldn't change a minute of it because it's just the journey has been fantastic, both in Saskatchewan and then moving down here. So being that I had been singing for a little bit in Saskatchewan and they were all brand new members here is how I kind of tended to move into sort of a leadership role, whether it was on the board or on the music team. Leadership role did happen a little naturally because I knew things before they knew things, and to a point, and then as soon as they caught up, and then we just all kind of moved on from there, sort of thing.
Hey, soul sister, ain't that Mr. on the radio? Say
in the group is musical director right now. I just took over as the director totally in the middle of COVID when our previous director, who had directed us for like 20 some years, retired. So when she decided to retire, I've been assisting her, so I stepped up to be the musical director. Being a director in the middle of COVID is a challenge, frustrating, but there's also been some good rewards because we managed to keep connected, that was the big thing. It was hard because we couldn't always sing together, but we managed to stay quite connected as well in terms of we meeting every week on Zoom, and still seeing what's going on in everybody's lives and stuff like that. But the music kind of took a little bit of a back seat, I guess. But
COVID has been really hard on entertainment groups, and singers especially. For us being a large group, it's been really hard to keep up the motivation of our singers. But we've done a whole variety of things trying to work to support our people. We've met on Zoom for a long time, but when you meet on Zoom, you can listen to music, but you can't hear each other. And the way that our group works is we sing 4-part harmony, so you have to hear the other parts in order to make sure that you're singing the right notes and for that blend, and so that you get that joy of singing when you're part of that harmony. So COVID's been very stressful for all of us. Our director has been magnificent in trying to change plans all the time. So, now there's these restrictions and now there are those restrictions. And so it's made us nimble, to be able to change directions whenever we could. It's made us very technologically adept at using Zoom and all kinds of different modalities that we've tried. We did a really cool concert last summer called Carver Shop, where we stayed in our cars and had a microphone in the car, but could hear each other because we were broadcasting on an FM channel. So that was very interesting to discover that and find out that we could do that and still maintain distance from each other. And it was live time. And then we had a concert and we had people come and hear us on the FM channel too. So it's been a challenging 2 years, but we're starting to see the light at the end of the tunnel, and just now getting back together to rehearse in our rehearsal space and hopefully start doing more performances.
being connected with the more connected with the members, it probably in some ways yes, in other ways not so much, but on a personal level, yeah, I think so, because we get to know everybody and their trials and whatnot that they're going through, and so all that kind of stuff.
And then all nature seemed to be informed by harmony. Sing, went the strings of my heart, your eyes made sky seem blue again. What else could I do but keep repeating through?
Oh, I've been with this group for a year and a half, which is a really short time. And it has kind of changed. I was terrified to come here at first, just because I have post-traumatic stress disorder, so connecting with people is a challenge. And I have always struggled with relationships, but this summer I was attacked. And after that happened, this group of women have essentially, without I think even really knowing it, been my lifeline. They have been the reason I remember how to use my voice, because I suffer from mutism at times. And the reason I remember how to use my voice is because of these ladies. They are encouraging and empowering and nothing but positivity. No matter who you talk to, they're amazing. I don't generally sing in performances, especially after the incident that occurred last summer. I am terrified to sing in public. I'm working on it. The biggest thing that I've really been working on is just even singing louder at practice, becoming confident and more secure and safe within myself to use my voice and to sing louder. I tell you what, I practice for 4 to 5 hours a day, hands down, on my vocals, whether it's my personal vocals or chorus vocals. And I wouldn't have had that focus if it wouldn't have been for the pandemic. And yeah, my breath work is better, my pronunciation, I have a really hard time pronouncing words. And I have a really hard time processing things. My brain doesn't work the same as everybody else's. So how to process these words to go from here to here, it takes a lot of time and effort. And yeah, so I spend all my time on music, and I love it. And I met with these wonderful ladies who are just like, you are amazing. We need you. You know, like, they're just so amazing. I can't even, sorry, I'm gushing.
I would describe Southern Accord Chorus as a really tight-knit group of women. And we've really come together through this COVID thing and stuff. And now we're getting a little more into technology, and they're stepping up to the plate because technology doesn't necessarily make them happy, you know. But it's been good.
You know, I haven't really sung in mixed groups for a long time, but the nice thing about this is that it's very easy to travel together. There's lots of support amongst the group. So I would say we're 30 friends. As soon as you join this group, you've got a whole group of friends that are supportive. And there's something special about the type of music that we sing that's designed for female voices. So we have 4 parts, and I sing the lower part, the bass, but it's meant for female lower parts. So it's great for people that maybe their singing voice wouldn't fit in another type of chorus. But in this one, there's people with beautiful low voices that are meant to be here. And then there's also the high tenor voice that it's a really decorative, light kind of sound. So there's sort of a place for every type of voice in this chorus.
I describe this group as a lot of really, really good friends. Almost none of them I knew from before. And we have become a very close group, and I think we're very welcoming to new people. And everybody really is interested and works hard some of the time. I knew nothing about women's barbershop. I knew nothing about acapella, but by going to classes and going to international education programs and lately doing things on Zoom and online, I've just learned so much about the whole organization and about how we perform our craft. And it is a bit of a craft because it's got its own rules about music, about vocal things and everything. So
I think being a part of this group helps with my personal confidence. I haven't had any training in singing. It's all been instinct and listening to other people sing. And just, over 3 years, felt a lot better in my voice, more confident. I can sing louder and not feel like people are going to look at me funny, that I don't have a good voice. And just, knowing that I have a decent voice that people are willing to listen to. I think the best part of being of this group is just being with other people who love to sing and just love to have fun. Love to, I don't know, just joke around, but also be serious at the same time, and be willing to sing in like seniors' homes and other little places that maybe other people aren't willing to go to, just because we love what we do.
What does this group do for me? It just feeds my soul, my musical soul. It gives me something to do every week, sort of thing, and I just enjoy music. I don't get to sing as much being the director as I did before, but I do. I'm in a quartet as well, which is beside the four of us out of the chorus are in a quartet. But we've been kind of on hiatus through this last bit of COVID too, so we haven't sung for a while. But yeah, it just sort of feeds my musical soul.
I think the best part is the music we produce. There's lots of us that aren't necessarily solo singers, myself included, but when you can produce this wonderful music with the beautiful harmonies and the overtones that reaches out to people and gives them some joy, it's a wonderful, wonderful feeling.
I can't begin to know it, but then I know it's going strong, so strong. And touching hand, touching me, touching you. Oh, sweet.
We try and get out into the community as much as we can to promote our product and promote to other women. One of the biggest draws for our particular group in the barbershop genre is for women of lower voices, because when you're singing, the other choral types of music, they tend to want to go in the higher ranges, and women with lower voices they don't fit into that, but they fit perfectly into our genre. And it's actually, we have a large group of what we call our basses, which is the lower voices, and which is wonderful because it's the basic of our sound. Yeah. And for Lethbridge, it's I kind of tend to think of us as a well-kept secret too.
That's true. We are a group very diverse. We have women from all over southern Alberta, from Milk River to Iron Springs and Coaldale and Lethbridge and Warner. We offer something a little bit unique for the Lethbridge area, the southern Alberta area, in that we sing 4-part acapella barbershop harmony. So we're the only Sweet Adeline's chorus south of Calgary. There are lots of choruses in Alberta and BC and Saskatchewan, but we're the only ones south of Calgary. And so it's just a different type of singing. We sing lots of different genres, but the barbershop thing with the harmony and all the education we get to go with it is very unique. A lot of times we feel like we're sort of the thing that people haven't heard of, and we feel like, oh gee, we're out performing and doing publicity, but it's being in the right place at the right time for someone to hear about us and get excited about joining our group.
I would give anyone wanting to climb up the ladder, so to speak, or whatever, in the thing, advice I would give them is to go to the education events that are available through us, through our region, through the international organization, and just learn as much as you absolutely can about our genre. There's other things that you can do as well, because like they say, good singing is good singing is good singing. It's not limited to any particular genre. So there's so much out there to learn and do too, like to volunteer for the musical side of things or whatever. That's the kind of advice I would give them. But the big thing is to learn as much as you can when it's offered. Yeah.
Okay, well, my vocal coach, his name is Alex, he told me, go for it. 100% all the time. Doesn't matter if you screw up. It doesn't matter if you hit a wrong key. Just go for it. Because there's always an opportunity to learn. Whether you succeed or you screw something up and need to fix it, there's always an opportunity to learn. So you have to just go for it. And so I work on that always.
Give it a try. We're all capable of a lot more than we think we are. And there's a lot of supports around and a lot of people to help, both musically and administratively. The organization provides a lot of support. The chorus provides a lot of support, and there's lots of ways to learn. ask a question, and somebody will be there to help you with it or answer it. And if you, I guess you have to be able to carry a tune to start out with, but after that, then the support is there, and we're more than happy to welcome anybody in.
Oh, sure. We're always happy to have new people joining. Now that COVID is basically over, we invite people to come anytime they'd like to a rehearsal. They can look us up online at southernaccord.org and just contact us, and we welcome you to come and try out our harmony with us and join the group.
Just some very good, wonderful people all around me, and I'll just keep coming back as long as I can sing.
Like 1, 2, 3, I'll be there. And I know when I need it, I can count on you. Like 4, 3, 2, and you'll be there. 'Cause that's what friends are supposed to do.